Zach here from the Wellness Center, and today we're going to be talking about what session might be right for you. Particularly, we're going to look at the 2-hour, the 5-hour back-to-back session, and an overnight session. Because you get asked all the time, which session is going to be right for me? And I think it's a really great thing to be able to delve into today to see, depending on what outcome you're looking for, what option might be right. Before I get started, I'd love to explain, first of all, a concept about the environmental theory to really wrap your head around, even before we get into which one is right for you, just the idea around the system, how it works, and how you can potentially get the most benefit out of using the system. But I also wanted to preface too that when we're looking at which system session is right for you and your needs, I'd like to ask you 2 questions. The first question is, where are you now in your health journey? And I really encourage you to be honest with that. Look at yourself and go, look, I'm maybe not as energized as I want to be. My body doesn't feel as good as I want it to feel, or whatever it might be. So that's the first question. Where are you now? And secondly, and arguably most importantly, is where do I want to be? Where do I actually want to go with my health? It's really good to understand where you are today, but if you know where you're going and you have a North Star, it's much easier to develop a plan and actionable steps in order to get to where you want to go. So again, where are you now and where do you want to go? So that's the first thing I'd encourage you to ask yourself. I can't tell you what you want because you know what you want better than anyone else, so please ask yourself that questions first. The other thing that I mentioned about the environmental theory is the way in which the system really works at a simple level is it works like a battery charger for your body, particularly the cells in your body, and it charges as you spend time in the environment generated by the system. But the environment generated by the system is not the only environments that we're around. Obviously, when you think environment, you think outdoors, green, lush. That's not really what I'm talking about. I'm talking about your home environment, your environment with your friends and your family, the internal workings of your body and that environment, the internal health of your body. I'm talking about the environment of the mind, your mental health. There's lots of different environments that we're exposed to. And the reality is, if the environment is beneficial and healthy and helpful, that is going to foster a better outcome. If the environment is not so good, unfortunately, it's only a matter of time before your body synchronizes with that negative environment. The reason I bring that up first is because when you're even looking at what sessions are right for you and what's going to be a good option, if your home environment or your mental health environment or your physical environment or the stuff you're putting on your body, that environment, if that stuff is not good, unfortunately, the amazing results that you might be able to achieve and get, which would be awesome, from the system might not last as long as you would like because your body will synchronize with what it's used to, the not so good stuff. So you might hear us talk about how important it is to, when you're home, when you're kind of outside the center, to be really mindful of those environments that you're a part of and aim to make them for the better. Because if you're in a great environment, most of the time, you generally synchronize with that more effectively. I'm sure you've heard the saying that you become like the 5 most, the people that you spend the most amount of time with, the top 5 people. That's the environmental theory at work. If you spend time with these people and they swear all the time, or their negative outlook of life, or they just, they're sick all the time or complain or whatever, all of a sudden, if that's not even you, you might notice that you do that as well, just vicariously. That's the environmental theory at work. Inversely, if you have great people around you, or you have great food in your body, or you drink great water or whatever, all of a sudden that environment is more conducive to an overall state of well-being that you're hoping to achieve. Sometimes it's really good to ask yourself, where am I now, which is one of the questions I posed at the start, but also acknowledging that the things that you're doing or not doing might actually be leading to that situation. And if they were changed, maybe the outcome would be different as well. So really important thing to touch on. With that out of the way, first of all, the environment and those 2 questions, which session might be right for you? So first, when we look at the 2 hours in the system, again, a 2-hour session is most of our sessions here. They're a really great way to give yourself a boost, to marinate, if you will, in the environment generated by the system, and to give your body a really good chance to move towards the health outcome that you're looking for. With a back-to-back session or a 5-hour session, in theory, you're spending a greater amount of time in that beneficial energy, in that environment, which in theory gives your body more of a chance to continue the wheels turning towards the outcome that you're looking for. The 5-hour session is particularly helpful if you have some more serious health outcomes that you're trying to overcome, or if you sort of, again with those two questions, the where you are today is quite far from where you want to get to, those longer sessions might be more advantageous for you. Again, in both the 2-hour and the 5-hour, please drink lots of water, make sure you're doing your detox bath and those kind of basics, because again, that will really aid in the process. But again, if you're looking for, a more serious health outcomes you're wanting to overcome, or the North Star you're trying to get to is further away from where you are, those longer sessions, that 5-hour session might be more advantageous for you. And then we have the overnights, and that's kind of the same as the 5-hour, but kind of on steroids, because overnight when your body is already sleeping and in that rejuvenation mode, you get to spend that time in the beautiful harmonious energy of the energy enhancement system. So in turn, it gives your body 10 hours to move forward, energize, process, move along, process again, energize more. It kind of can continue to turn over where it needs to do and where it needs to go in that 10-hour span. So again, the 10 hours are awesome if you have more serious health outcomes you're trying to overcome. If you're a busy professional who can only come in the evening as opposed to during the day, or you want to get the best bang for your buck, that's a really great option, is that overnight session. I'll link a video below where I actually compared with data my experience with a 2-hour versus a 10-hour session, and I encourage you to check it out. But hopefully this video really helps outline, okay, out of those sessions that we offer, which might be most helpful for you. But I really wanted to emphasize the importance of that question: where am I today? What things are contributing to where I am today that if I change would actually make a huge difference, and where do I want to go? Because that question and answer will really outline for you what approach is best for you here at the center. And the environmental theory too, it doesn't just involve the system. There's environments everywhere, and if you cater them for the best, you'll be surprised at how quickly your life can change for the better and your health can change for the better. I hope you found this video very helpful. Again, if you ever need clarification or you want to chat with us about what approach might be best for you based on what we've seen for other people, please give us a call. We know a little bit about a little bit, and we'd be very happy to help you in any way that we see that you see fit. And I really hope that at the end of this video, you take away something that hopefully can really make a positive impact on your life moving forward. We hope to see you at the center very soon. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I look forward to seeing you very soon.